Lol, Aphrodite can eat my arse. This week, we're going to do Eros. Specifically the Primordial Eros, not Aphrodite and Ares' kid. Like, just could you imagine being their child? You might as well just end it there. So who was Eros? You know what? I'm not done. Just imagine your mum is a woman known for cheating and generally being a bit of a whore, and your dad is some beta male war god who isn't even the best at what he's the god of because Athena exists. Right, just rant over. Eros was the Greek god of love and sex. His Roman counterpart was Cupid, a much more well-known name. The word Eros in Greek literally means to love, but in the sexual way. The Greeks themselves had 4 words for love, Eros being one of them. He was one of the primordials, and as I've already said, it is because he is necessary to get the gods to bone. Hesiod shows this form of him, not the Olympian version. In this form, he was depicted as a young, handsome adult male who was an amazing artist. It makes sense that the god of sex embodies male sexuality and sexual power. However, in later depictions, we came to see a more cherubic, blindfolded creature much more akin to the modern form of Cupid. In late antiquity, he was also viewed as a fertility god, so more sex. As always, one of the most ancient written sources is Theogony. I have told you though how he came to be in there. The philosopher Parmenides instead cites him as the first god. This makes a lot of sense, to be honest, when you think about it. Like, how could any other god be created if there was no sexual desire? Aristophanes probably has the most interesting story about his origin. According to him, Nyx laid an unfertilized egg into the bosom of Erebus. From this egg sprang forth Eros. I must say that this does remind me of Aphrodite's birth from Uranus' testicles. Maybe it's just me though. Unfortunately, my favourite story about Eros, that is of his love with Psyche, is about the Olympian form, so I will cover this when I do a video on Olympian Eros. God, I love romance. So, what has Eros' influence been on culture? Specifically the primordial version? There's a piano score by Jose Antonio Bottiroli, I hope I fucking pronounced that right, entitled Eros in B minor. And that's it. That's it. How is that? I mean, the Greeks had lots of like paintings of him on pots and stuff, but how can that be it? Like, what do you mean? It's all just cherubic Cupid. But this Eros is so much cooler. He's like the strongest god. Like, look at the grip he has over Zeus, making him love a new bird every week. Like, oh, this is so annoying. This bitch empty. Yeet! So that was Eros, primordial god of sex and love. As you can tell, I love this guy.
If you pardon the pun.
Hope you enjoyed it. It's certainly been a fun video. Remember to like and subscribe as it helps out a lot. Ring the bell for notifications and leave a comment if you have any suggestions on what you might like to see or anything you have to say. As always, my socials are in the description. Now, normally I would say see you next week, babies, but I do have something I need to tell you. So, this video goes up on Friday as per usual, but I have recently, this bit's unscripted by the way, that's why it's kind of a bit vague, but not vague, but you know what I mean. So, I was recently given the opportunity to take a job working in Greece, specifically in Rhodes, and I'm very excited to start there. But the issue is, how with a full-time job working 6 days a week am I going to keep this up? And the idea I'm having is I'm going to try and keep getting a video out to you every week, but sometimes I will get at least one video out to you every week. That's gonna stay. It's just a matter of whether it is one of the usual documentary videos, or if I say go visit a monument or a museum and show you some of the things that I'm seeing there. So yeah, that's gonna be my life. So I move there on Saturday. This goes out on Friday. I'm recording this on Wednesday. So yeah, if you have anything you want to see in Rhodes, let me know. I'll go. I'm gonna go to Lindos. There's a temple to Athena there. There's Rhodes town, which is famously sieged by Ottomans and Byzantines. There's the Knights Hospitaller there. There's so much there, and obviously the Colossus was once there. So there's a lot for me to do, and there's a lot for you to see whilst I'm there. So I hope you enjoy. I will be there till November. So thank you, and I will see you next week, babies.